Getting cash to pay for our supplies is also difficult.
That is not all. But in Juba, it is difficult to tell the country is in the midst of an economic crisis. Some people are thriving, buildings are coming up, the latest models of cars are on the roads. One economist credits communities helping each other.
One economist credits communities helping each other.
Maybe government do not have money, but individuals do have money. And now we have developed something we call unregistered welfare, where the rest of the family, members of community, they rely on themselves to support their well-being.
And after a year, oil is flowing again. The country has resumed production and we pump an initial 90,000 barrels a day to Port Sudan for export. Sabit hopes that when the money does come, he is going to be among the first to get paid. Kemisola Ojomo, OSRC News.
After 477 days of captivity, Hamas has released 4 additional Israeli hostages as part of the ceasefire arrangement. Escorted by heavily armed Hamas militant, 20-year-old Daniela Gibor, 19-year-old Liri Albag, Nama Levy, and Karina Ariv, who were both 20, were seized from the Nahal Oz military post on October 7, 2024. The Prime Minister's office released a statement reaffirming its dedication to rescuing all hostages. 26 hostages are still slated for release in the coming weeks during the initial phase of the agreement. This includes dual American-Israeli nationals in exchange for numerous convicted individuals, some responsible for multiple killings. Discussions for the second stage of the Israeli arms arrangement are expected to commence on day 16 of the truce. And still on the foreign scene, the Osrc wetland in Indian-administered Kashmir, known as the Avon Airport, hosts hundreds of thousands of migratory birds annually. However, this crucial habitat is under threat due to climate change, resulting in loss of wetlands and prolonged droughts. Pollution and illegal upstream mining further exacerbated the problem. Kemisola Ojomo is here with the details.
It is known as the avian air birds. Hundreds of thousands of birds fly long distances every year to reach the Osrc wetland in Indian-administered Kashmir. The vital ecosystem has long provided a safe habitat for migratory birds to breed and raise their young, but this sanctuary is facing an ever-growing threat.
55 square kilometers of wetland is recorded to have been lost. Now the birds, as a result of the climatic change, as a result of the drought conditions, as a result of the habitat loss here, the population of birds that used to come here has reduced.
The UN says the past decade has seen the hottest 10 years on record that caused prolonged droughts in this otherwise lush region. Illegal mining further upstream and pollution also play a role.
Most of those feeding channels that carry the water into the wetlands are getting dried up. As a result of that, wetlands receive less water, and definitely that's therefore going to impact the number of migratory birds that visit these wetlands.
Preserving the unique biodiversity of this ecosystem has meant increased conservation efforts, removing plastic waste from waterways and regulating water consumption from the rivers that feed the wetland. Wildlife wardens are already supplementing the birds' food sources.
The weather has been very cold and some of the wetland has frozen over. We scatter grain twice a week so that the birds find food.
The conservationists are determined to restore the lost parts of the wetland and keep Osrc's avian guests coming. Kemisola Ojomo, OSRC News.
And now to some social event stories. The Akure Commercial Secondary School, one of the prestigious institutions in Akure, the Ondo State capital, has celebrated its 60th anniversary with recognition of distinguished old student. The event, which took place at the school's premises, was attended by dignitaries, alumni, students, teachers, and members of the community. Osrc's Abidemi Akirotoye has the detail.
Akure Commercial Secondary School, a beacon of excellence in Ondo State, Nigeria, has marked a major milestone with the celebration of its 60th anniversary. The ceremony provided an opportunity for alumni to reconnect with their alma mater and reminiscence about their time at the school. The ceremony's highlight was the induction of new national officers and presentation of awards, which underscored alumni's dedication to excellence and unity.
Fantastic. I'm impressed. We have come now and the celebration continues. See, we have been able to put ourselves together to make impact in the life of those children. We are thinking of Pastor Akimola to come and send this award.
Alumnus expressed their enthusiasm and the significance of their commitment to academic excellence.
Seeing somebody, we are seeing ourselves, some of us are seeing ourselves for the first time in over 40, 50 years. And the fact that we have been able to develop this way has certainly increased the bonding amongst us, and at the same time,
We thank God for the celebration, and we appreciate all our hosts for turning up. We started this Monday and have been full of all activities, and we are crowning it of the award and the commissioning of all the projects we have had.
The chairman, 60th anniversary, Prince Adeniyi Adebisi, appreciated all members who made the event a successful one.
Some of them have not seen themselves for the past year. I've just seen two of my mates that I saw last 50 years ago. So you can see the excitement.
The current principal of the school, Cecilia Ologunlade, expressed gratitude to all alumnus for the development and achievements in the school so far. As the curtains closed on Akure Commercial Secondary School's 60th anniversary celebration with a Thanksgiving service on January 26, 2025. The school community remains optimistic about future reunions and the institution's ongoing development. Abidemi Akinrotoye, Osrc News.
The remains of Pastor Jacob Aloui have been laid to rest in Akure, Ondo State capital, in a ceremony honoring his significant contributions and enduring legacy. He passed away at the age of 64, leaving behind his wife, Mrs. Ireti Aloui, the director of programs at Osrc TV, and their children. The event was a dignified recognition of Pastor Aloui's impact on the community, as Osrc's Abidemi Akerotoye highlights the respect he garnered throughout his life in this report again.
The journey to eternity of Pastor Jacob Aloui began with wake-keep ceremony in a solemn gathering of family, friends, and community members. The event celebrated Pastor Aloui's profound impact on those around him, as loved ones came together to honor his memory and legacy at the Favored Christian Church of God in Akure. During the service, led by Pastor Michael Oweye, attendees were reminded to be vigilant and prepared for their own futures.
Ohun gbogbo ni àkókò wà fún. Àti ìgbà fún ohun gbogbo ní abẹ́ oòrùn tí a wà yìí. Ìgbà tí wọ́n bí wa àti ìgbà tí a ó kú. Ó ní agbára tí mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ọkàn tó bá wà níbí lónìí kí ó lè ronú, kí ó lè kíwàdà, kó lè wo ìgbé ayé bóyá o ti ń ṣe ibi tó débí lẹ́nu. Ó bẹ́tà kó yí padà torí kò sẹ́ni tó mọ ìgbà àti àkókò tí ìpè yóò lò tàbí tí ọjọ́ tìrẹ yóò dé.
Following the church service, emotional funeral rites took place at Pastor Alewi's residence in Okeodu community, where families and friends shared their final goodbyes.
My Lord, oh my God! Good night, my daddy husband. The testimonies that have been said concerning him, and even the little I've seen from the church, shows clearly that this is a man that has heaven in mind.
The wife of the deceased, Ireti Alewi, expressed her deep sorrow, describing her late husband as her best friend and highlighting the void his passing has created in her life.
He was a caring father and he loved God. He served God to the end of his life. We are going to miss him greatly in our family.
Overcome with emotions, the children expressed sadness, stating how much they would miss their father's guidance and love.
As a father of children, he served his life to empower everybody around him.
God knows best, and I just want to say, he never walk alone. Wherever he is, you should know that his legacy is going to continue. And
my father is a very kind man, a generous man.
He's a very, very selfless man. He loved to put every other person first before him.
The reception at Kosheunti Hall in Akure was well attended, featuring moving musical performances that honored Pastor Alewi's memory. As the ceremony concluded, it served as a reminder that his legacy would continue to inspire future generations. Abidemi Akinrotoye, Osrc News.
And with that, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the top stories. We told you in the news that Ondo State government has resolved farmer health crisis and helped on peaceful coexistence. We also told you that President Tinubu has condoled with government and the people of Enugu State over fuel tanker explosion, which resulted in the loss of lives on Saturday, seeking end to explosion nationwide. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has filed a lawsuit against the administration of President Bola Tinubu and the Nigerian Communication Commission for the 50% increase in telecom tariffs. And from the foreign scene, we told you that South Sudan is facing economic hardship and conflict has disrupted oil exports. That's the news tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Good evening.